mouth, different look. And it's almost like we got a facelift. But got a lot to talk about today. First, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell your friends because our platform is growing. We're thankful for Talk Red. Listen, the magic behind actually in our ears sometimes too, helping us out. Talk Red, we're so grateful for what they do. Today, Allie, are you ready? Here's our lineup. We are going to be discussing the 8647 from former FBI Director Comey, who now has an arrest warrant out for him. How do you explain 8647 any other way as a former FBI director? But to say that you didn't know that's what that meant, is that really what they're saying?
Excuses. And then we have clink, clink for Fauci.
Clink, clink.
And then independence for women.
I mean, like 1776 type, but I mean, what does that mean? We want, as women, we want to, we want to be godly. We want to make sure that we submit to a godly man when that happens. But what does that mean to still keep your independence? I think we need to talk about it.
All right. Well, let's keep that mic open and watch us get out of pocket.
Two queens, no filter. Say what they feel. Allie and Michelle keep it way too real. Politics, family, yeah, we go there. If it's out of line, we don't care. It's out of pocket. It's out of pocket.
I didn't know that.
Yep, the two brothers that were in the Kentucky Derby. Jose Ortiz and his brother, I couldn't catch his first name as I was looking through this, but they're both Puerto Riqueño.
Nice.
Mi gente. I love it.
Well, and we talked about yesterday that, or actually earlier in the week, that the first woman trainer has won too. And so that's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
He's the jockey. He won. So he's part of, he's the jockey. So Puerto Rico, and it was like their 11th try. So amazing. Absolutely.
Don't give up. Don't give up. We don't quit. That's that song.
That part right there.
Absolutely.
We don't quit. Hey, and if you guys like the song and you want to download it, you can go to Brielle Hart, right?
Yep. Brielle Hart, Hart.
It is on Spotify,
iTunes, all.
Download it. Show her some support. She's an independent artist and she's rising. So let's just show her a little bit of love for that song right there. She does for us. She's amazing.
Good call, Allie. Awesome. Well, the Attorney General, Todd Blanche, was on. He had to do a media run talking about why they've now got arrest warrants out for Comey, former FBI Director Comey, for his 8647 stunt that he pulled. Obviously, he's trying to win some notoriety in a build up to his launch of his book tour, but not at the expense of our president's life. They act like they don't get it, Allie. And if I wouldn't have heard this, I wouldn't have believed it. Let's roll the clip.
Well, part of what the government would have to prove is intent. James Comey deleted the post the same day, and he wrote, quote, "I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. It never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind, so I took the post down." How do you prove intent, Mr. Blanche, when Mr. Comey himself said he didn't understand that some people would look at that and think about violence?
You prove intent like you always prove intent. You prove intent with witnesses. You prove intent with documents, with materials. So again, this is not just about a single Instagram post. This is about a body of evidence that the grand jury collected over the series of about 11 months. That evidence was presented to the grand jury. And it's not the government, it's not the Department of Justice, it's not Todd Blanche that returned an indictment against James Comey. It's a grand jury, part of the judicial process, and that this process has to be allowed to play out in the courts. It's not fair to Mr. Comey. It's certainly not fair to the prosecutors for us to be airing your view or my view of this indictment. It's something that will be presented in court at the time set by the judge.
Well, let's delve a little deeper. Conservative legal scholar Jonathan Turley said, quote, "This indictment is facially unconstitutional, absent some unknown new facts." Are you in fact saying that there are facts beyond this Instagram post that clearly establish an intent to threaten the president's life?
I've said repeatedly, this was an investigation that lasted 11 months. If the only facts that existed was the posting of the Instagram, obviously that wouldn't have taken 11 months. And so when Mr. Turley talks about whether it's facially unconstitutional, absent unknown facts or circumstances, we will necessarily have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt at trial every element of this crime, which we're prepared to do.
Can you?
So only absent of facts towards the person that they support, but sure, let's indict President Trump 34 times on no facts at all.
No facts whatsoever.
Right? And so anybody that has a cell phone, a mini computer in your hand, which is literally what that is, you can go to any search engine and ask, what does 86 mean? Is it slang? What does it mean? And it will come back to you and it will say, it is slang for discarding, canceling, refusing service to someone or something, and most commonly used as like to be ejected, to be unwelcome, or to kill someone.
Wow. In this day of AI and Grok, you don't think that somebody around the former FBI director would have been able to advise him in that?
And they'll give you examples.
Oh, here she goes.
We have to 86 the salmon. 86 the salmon, because we're out of it. You know, you got to 86 the table in the corner because the lady's drunk. She's had too many. You got to 86 it. That's it.
Nancy
it's
Pelosi.
done. It's done. It's done. She's had too many.
She's had too many. Take her.
Too many. Take her home. Let's 86 this project.
You know.
Comey.
You know. Shut up. You are the dumbest dumb person. Sorry. Like you're just that. You're stupido. Like you don't, if you really don't know, like this is what happens.
De su bolsillo.
He said that like Duolingo. It was so cute. That's my Duolingo voice on my phone. I don't know. I again, I love how he says this took 11 months in a grand jury. So as frustrated as we get when we say we haven't seen perp walks or we haven't seen accountability,
Because
you
they're
wanna
building
make
the
sure-
case.
Well, and exactly, like you want, the last thing you want is for us to not be able to show the complete solidarity of due process, because they didn't give it to Trump. And honestly, if Democrats were in charge today, they wouldn't give it to Republicans. We don't play eye for an eye that way. We make sure we do it the right way. There should be enough evidence to prove. I don't know anybody that's going to be dumb enough to say that you, as the head of an intelligence community that leads law enforcement, doesn't know what 86 means. I'd sell it somewhere else. I don't know.
Moving on.
It makes me mad.
It kind of pisses me off too. Like with what I just led what I led with. God, words are hard today. With the, it's good for the goose, but not the gander, right? Like, and I'm not saying tit for tat. What I'm saying is that it's okay for us to pursue justice when it benefits them, right? With the 34 felonies, unfounded. There's no documentation, and he had to go through hoops and hoops and hoops and valleys in order for him to be acquitted or whatever. Because it wasn't even acquitted. Like it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous the way that they handled President Trump, the way that they handled General Flynn, the way that they handled,
which that's coming out now too.
So many other people,
finally.
Right? But it's not. Like even J6, like where, and I get it. We're doing like these onesies and twosies because these investigations, they want to make sure they are done right. They are locked tight. Yeah. So when they do get in front of a judge, it's not dismissal because of lack of evidence, right? Which is the last thing we need, because then you can't retry someone. We have something called oh my gosh, what is it? I used to know this because I kind of went to
Jeopardy.
That. You can't do that. You can't try someone.
Ashley Judd, she was in the movie.
Crazy.
That's how I remember it. Well, Allie, you're right. We'll have to stay tuned to see how that turns out. But in the meantime, an independent journalist, Nick Shirley, is watching as California Assembly, California State Legislature has moved the Stop Nick Shirley Act, cutting out the voice of independent journalists. They've moved it now out of committee. It passed committee.
What?
So in California, you are going to have to reach out. I know we've got great conservatives. Listen, there's only excessive liberal majorities in places like Sacramento and Los Angeles. All of your other rural areas and smaller metropolitan areas are all conservative. I know I've been out there, Acton, Santa Clarita, Palmdale. All those areas are very, very conservative. So reach out to your representatives at the state level and say, what are we doing? Seriously, we're going to do this?
Where's the No Kings protests? Because only kings want to silence you. Words are hard today, y'all.
And we only get so many in a day. I feel like in my brain.
Maybe I need some like stronger. I don't know what's happening, but no, this is insane.
It is insane.
For asking questions, for exposing fraud.
Absolutely.
Tell me you are not a part of the fraudulent cover-up without telling me you're a part of the fraudulent cover-up.
Well, when you're presenting legislation to weaponize the government against those exposing the fraud, but yet you won't present legislation to fix the fraud, tell me you're a part of the problem.
100%. Like, this is insane. I mean, bravo, Nick Shirley.
I know, he's so cool.
But again,
him a Pulitzer.
Again, not yesterday I looked at, there was a post about Portland, Oregon, and how they've closed several large malls and big stores have gone out of, not even big box stores, but big stores have gone out of business because of their lawlessness in Portland, Oregon. And when Antifa runs your city, this is what happens, right? This is what the Democrat Socialists of America economic plan looks like, as per the words per Chad Caton. It shuts everything down because they've had these large criminal rings, where the shoplifting rings, where they go in and they massively shoplift and then resell it on the market, and nobody is going after them. You don't have an AG who's trying to go after them like ours here in Florida. You don't have, good judges that are trying to prosecute. You don't have lawyers that are trying to prosecute properly. And so this is one of those things where it is like the canary in the coal mine, where California is literally trying to keep journalists from finding out proper information that will affect the American people or the people of California. What is that going to look like for California moving forward? What do you think?
California led the way with allowing for lawlessness, because they made, I think it's like up to $2,000 or $3,000 you're allowed to shoplift before the store can even.
I thought it was 5,000.
And send when I last was there, it was 3,000.
Oh god!
And so you go into these beautiful malls, and everything is pushed inward. Like Dillard's, how you can walk right in and you can see there's clothes like right there. Not in California. They push everything back to a perimeter because people will do snatch and grabs. They'll go in and just grab armfuls of. That
actually happened to me when I was working at retail.
Oh, scary!
Yeah, it was so weird. It was so weird. No, because why?
That's what they're telling people in California too. They're like, don't take the law into your own hands. So now that kind of lawlessness is basically rewarded. If you can walk into a store and grab grab thousands of dollars worth of merchandise and leave, Merry Christmas. Why? And nobody's ever going to come after you. Then why? But you know what that does? That raises the cost of all goods for everybody else that's law-abiding citizens. So it doesn't.
Or you have to travel 2 hours or up to hours at a time to go shopping, and then it forces everyone to just shop online, which you never know if you're going to get Shein, which will be laced with chemicals. I mean, this is it's not great. And I wonder what California is going to look like if this passes, you guys.
I love it.
I don't know.
One of our state reps said this the other day. Said, if you remember correctly, California was considered California dreaming, like back in the 60s, 70s, and people were rushing to California. You think about like states like Florida, how we're considered like heaven on earth right now, but you can, by not voting and not being civically engaged and not being aware of your surroundings, of what's going on politically, you can walk yourself right into California. If you're not careful.
You can't vote your way out of it.
Because they changed the voting laws and they will not allow you to check ID. And then before you know it, and think about it, when the Democrat Party, their main platform is to fight the fact that the census will not include those that are here illegally. Like, what is a census? You want to follow the numbers and follow the data. The data should only include those that are here legally. So they're telling you, they're preempting what they want to do. They're telling you what they want to do. It's very, very scary. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in places like Portland, but this is what happens when you let the fox run the hen house. We
Have unlimited meals. That's at your own expense.
That's right. Allie, you and I actually.
And then they're going to go to the government for a federal handout. Absolutely not. Sorry.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Not sorry.
Not sorry. Allie and I, we've known each other for a while, but we first worked together on camera for Patriot TV for a show called The Home Front. It was our answer to the extremely woke, crazy left View show that was started by Barbara Walters, rest in peace. But
which I'm pretty sure turned into something she did not want.
No.
It's become crazy.
Actually, when Barbara Walters started The View, Joy Behar was on as more of a comedian.
Yeah.
That woman, the only thing funny she says is like the right thinks it's funny because she's like out of her mind, but it is not that anymore. So The View is taking a stance, the wrong stance, about the Supreme Court.
Obviously.
The Supreme Court.
Are we surprised? We're just going to view The View from the trash can. Roll clip.
Now I have to tell my children that they have less civil rights than I did. That is disgusting, despicable, and I am devastated by this particular Supreme Court decision.
Yeah. She'll be talking about something else tomorrow, don't worry. What really happened yesterday, and they all know this, by the way, is that the black vote became a lot less valuable to the Democrat Party, which has depended on it for the last 60 years. Racial gerrymandering is part of a grift that we've been watching for far too long. Democrats manufacturing race issues, pushing victimhood, poisoning the culture, keep them down, keep them victims, trading their souls for government freebies. That's how that party has operated for a very long time. And in this country, black conservatives who speak out against this are called Uncle Toms. Well, the real Uncle Toms are black Democrats getting rich in Washington off the machine that has decimated black culture since LBJ put in place the machinations that destroyed their communities. Listen to the Democrat Congressional Black Caucus feel the rage as the scam ends.
This fight is not just about black America. It is about the future of American democracy itself.
Obviously, this ruling today has a devastating blow to our democracy.
Affirmative action is gone. Diversity is gone. Equity gone. Inclusion gone. Racial tolerance gone. The Voting Rights Act largely gone. But guess what, extremists? We're still here.
That's right.
And we're not going anywhere.
Here. Thank you very much.
And there you have it. Everybody's reporting the same.
Yeah.
So, what's her name? Sunny?
Not so sunny. Yeah.
Not so Sunny. Isn't she Latina?
She is Latina. Well, I don't really want to pretend to know what she is.
I think she is a little Latina. She's got a little. Maybe she pretends a little. I mean, her husband's probably white, or is he black?
I don't know, but all of them have like white husbands, like Kamala Harris.
But the white man is the most dangerous. Is the most dangerous man on the planet.
What difference does it make? Like literally, if we're not a package of Heinz 57 by now in this country, like we're all mixed with something. Just get over it.
Mira, Sunny, fuera de lugar. Mira, escuchándome, por favor, señorita, fuera de lugar. Right there. Oop, out of pocket, ma'am. What in the actual? Because the maps are not racist anymore, your children now have less civil rights than you. ¿Qué carajo is this?
How is it that we decided as a country that separate was not equal in education? And we integrated our schools so that black and white and all different colored children can learn together equally. How is it that we understand racially dividing in education and in our country is not okay, but you still wanted to keep the voting districts
Racist?
cut based on race?
Segregated. You want to keep the voting districts segregated.
What is this?
And you know what's funny is like I'll have Republicans come to me. Like
To get your ethnic view?
Like that.
As a woman, can you tell me?
No. As a black woman. And I'm like, ¿A dónde va? ¿A dónde va? My skin color? Because my skin, and then and then you have Latinos that are like, but how are you Latina? Like, have you seen a map? Have you seen a Panamanian? Excuse me. Anyway, a Dominican? I know some Cubans that are black.
Listen, I know Mexicanas from central Mexico, blonde hair, blue eyes.
I mean, same. My mom is a Blanca, okay?
Yep. My sister is.
Blanca.
Love you.
She looks very European. My brother looks like Italian when he grows his hair out.
Yeah.
He looks Italian. But like my uncles are very fair, Puerto Rican, very fair. But they grew afros like in the 70s. And I'm like, Theo, why you look like that, Theo?
But does it make
Theo,
sense?
you know you're not black. Anyway, my point is I'll have like Republicans come to me and they'll be like, so nobody likes this lady that is running for this district. It's a black district. Can you run for the seat? And I'm like, I'm not.
Oh.
For real? Listen. Segregated districts are racist. Full stop.
Guys, the Democrat Party through USAID was funding NGOs that were trying to tell boys they could be girls and girls they could be boys, and then you had then you have the Southern Poverty Law Center crying about inequality and about, white supremacists while we find out that they were funding the KKK.
Along with the NAACP.
The Democrats have no new tools. So if they lose the race game, the dividing Americans against each other, the splitting of neighborhoods, neighbor against neighbor, if they lose that narrative, they got nothing. And this is why, Allie, it's like, I didn't mean to say this, but in 2022, 2024, we were saying, like, if the Democrats don't run on something other than Trump is bad, they're going to lose. And obviously they did. But it's the same thing. Like, if all they're going to do is race bait and divide, the gig is up. Like, American people don't really feel that way. You know who has a real severe disability and issue? Liberal white women with purple hair that want to tell my friend that she's voting against her own kind. Nothing says racism like white women telling people of color how to vote. Like, look at yourself. Full length mirror, liberals. Full length mirror. Make sure you get the whole.
I ended up with so much racism from Latinos and from black people that I was like, fuck. I just wish that I was white. Like, legit, like, I was so mad at my family because I'm like, I'm like the chocolate chip of the whole crew. Like, how did that happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the chocolate chip of the whole crew. How did that happen? And I'm sitting and I'm getting all the backlash. Well, y'all, like, for real?
Yeah.
And people look at me like I'm crazy when I speak Spanish. No, I'm not fluent. I'm a coconut, okay? Because my mother didn't raise us speaking Spanish because when she moved here, she was first generation American. She wasn't. I mean, well, she was born in New Jersey, but her family's not. Like, her mother was born in Spain. Yeah. Her father was born in Puerto Rico.
Right.
So, like, and he's got English roots and she's got Spaniard roots. Yeah. So it's like, and they fled Nazi Spain, which is how they ended up living in Puerto Rico. Right. So like and then when things were going on in New Jersey, my mom lived in Puerto Rico for a long time, like on a ranch. Yep. So it's so frustrating because when they came to America and they were raising her, they told her not to speak Spanish because people were going to look down on her and tell her that she was stupid, and don't speak it with an accent because people are going to think you're unintelligent. So when we were growing up, we only learned Spanish up until we hit kindergarten.
Yep. Same with my family. My sister was actually held back because she didn't speak enough English fluently. And we didn't know then that if one parent especially speaks Spanish and the other speaks English, these young kids and their developing brains can really retain that. And so my mom made the choice to not speak Spanish to us anymore, which is why I'm like white adjacent, because I don't speak. I can understand it. Talk crap about me. I'll be able to understand what you're saying, but I can't respond. Allie, I don't know why we get so race baited. Most people that we speak to don't see the racial issues. And I'm not just talking about well, I am talking about mostly Democrats that divide, but take a listen to Representative Wesley Hunt.
I love how he handled it.
They challenged him on
Byron Donalds handled it. Representative Byron Donalds handled it so well.
Take a listen.
There won't be any black Republican members in the new term. What do you make of that?
Nothing. I don't understand how that's relevant. I'm not here because I'm black. I am here because I'm qualified representative for Congressional District 38, and the American people choose who they want to choose. And the one thing I don't want to get into is this game of race bait all day, every day. If there's 4, if there's 10, if there's none, what we are talking about is who is the best person that is best qualified to fill a seat, regardless of the way that they look. And I tell people this all the time till I'm blue in the face. I represent a white majority district that President Trump would have won by over 20 points, and I won by 25 points the last time I ran. I'm being judged not by the color of my skin, but by the content of my character. I don't care how many black people are here. I want the most qualified people that are here.
Oof. He said it. I want the most.
During the 1800s, exactly 22 black Republicans served in the United States Congress. And they were all Republican.
What governor stood at the doorhouse to not integrate schools? Wallace?
A Democrat.
Democrat. Oh, watch Forrest Gump, y'all. It's in it. Like, just. But you know what I mean? Like,
no, they're all worried about Jenny and what she's doing and the box of chocolates. Everybody skipped over the whole racial aspect of it all.
Dude, so true. So true. Okay, guys, I want to pivot a little bit to something that we're not letting go, but apparently Rand Paul is not letting go of either. Take a look at what he posted. We're still looking to get some kind of arrest here. It says the COVID cover-up goes all the way to the top. Fauci funded the Wuhan lab. We knew that. Senior intelligence officials hid classified evidence. They've already got one of his senior officials. They hid it from the president. Scientists were silenced. Millions paid the price. The DOJ has until May 11th, guys, to prosecute Fauci before the statute of limitations run out. I'm sure they'll find something else that we can hold him on if that happens. But he says he's not letting this go. The American people deserve justice. So they've got somebody close to Fauci that is under indictment. And you know what happens when people start getting in trouble?
They blow the whistle.
They sing like canaries.
Blow the whistle. Ooh, ooh. Blow the whistle. Ooh.
All we need somebody to turn over on Fauci. We knew it. We knew that Fauci was funding gain-of-function research in the Wuhan lab. We knew that through internal emails that Fauci knew that this was not something that came from a wet market in China, that there was a lab leak, that it came from the lab. We now know that people called Trump all kinds of racist names for him stopping flights coming in from China to the mainland here in our country.
Because that's just what you do.
They killed millions and they made millions off of the antidote. Because again, just like the Southern Poverty Law Center, remember I told you the Democrats have no tricks up their sleeve. They funded the problem and then tried to capitalize off the problem. Fauci did the same thing. He funded the issue and then tried to capitalize off of it and did.
Yeah. Why is there a statute of limitations for killing Americans?
She said it. I mean, ask yourself.
Can we bring back public hangings?
Girl.
So I was having this conversation with Toria Brooks, and she was just like, Toria Brooks, she was like, listen, America is too weak for that. We're talking about bringing back a firing squad and bringing back public executions. We're too weak for that. I agree with her. I think we are too weak for that. Even though we do have this disdain for these people that have participated in completely obliterating, like literally pull pin, throw grenade at the Nuremberg codes.
Yes.
But we're not going to hold them accountable. We're going to lock them up and put them in some prison cell somewhere where nobody gets to see them. No, why are we not publicly doing some kind of shame like we saw in Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Because that will deter others. Prison doesn't scare folks.
No. It seems safer than having to make your way through life. I mean, honestly. And Allie, I was doing some research on, I don't know if you guys have seen, if you haven't, you need to watch the documentary with Del Bigtree, The Inconvenient Study, about the Henry Ford Hospital, the study that they did about the vaccines, about the COVID jabs, and how, I bet we just got banned on a few platforms.
Whatever. We got Vaxxed. So there's 4 documents. It's Vaxxed, Vax 2, Vax 3, and an inconvenient study.
And in the inconvenient study, guys, the Henry Ford Hospital put money and time and a lot of thought and care behind a study because they had the most perfect population. They had patients through the hospital that some had been vaccinated from birth and some had not. And you're now looking at it like 30 years later, when you're talking about like some of the, the DTaP and some of the other vaccines, what they found, Allie, was that there is chronic disease and the mortality rates that are very much higher from those that are vaccinated versus those that are not. And so you hear people waited on pins and needles to see this study released, and the guy comes out and says,
"We can't release it.
I can't release this. They'll come for me. I can't do this." There should now whatever happened to the oath of do no harm? You can't stand with facts in front of you that would help the American people and help hold people accountable and just choose to be mute.
No, you know why? Because they petitioned the government to give them liability-free protection.
Immunity. I've never known a product that works that well.
Immunity from liability.
And again, I love my Reagan, but they said that the pharmaceutical vaccine manufacturers basically told the Reagan administration, we are losing too much money in these wrongful death lawsuits. We're going to stop making vaccines unless you, the government, not just immunity, you, the government, bear the brunt. So when you now want to sue because of something that's happened to you because of a vaccine, because of an injection that you've had to take, that you were told was safe and effective, you're not suing the manufacturers, you're suing the federal government. Now your tax dollars are going to fight against the family that's trying to get justice.
And the burden of proof is on you, not on them. Even though they've said
ass backward.
It is 100%.
Ass backward.
Again, why is there a statute of limitation on killing Americans? Why are we not having Nuremberg trials, America?
There's precedents set.
Yes.
That was largely done by a Supreme Court justice here in our country that fought and got all you globalists, he got a global platform of people from other countries. There's enough countries that have been wronged by Anthony Fauci.
There's enough.
There's enough. And there's precedents.
There is enough. And I hope and pray that one of our Supreme Court justices, perhaps Justice Clarence Thomas.
Oh, yes.
Be the first, sir. Lead the way. Be the first. Let's just call it for what it is to satisfy some of those liberals out there. Be the first Black justice to bring actual justice against injustice from public enemy number one.
He looks like a rat, Fauci. I think he was born in a lab. Just going to say. And let's not even talk about the fact that his wife sat in a seat in the same administration, the same organization that controlled the funding. I'm sure there's no conflict of interest there ever. Guys, we have got to take a quick commercial break. Going to get you some information for Liberty Cigars, but don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about women's independence. I'm not talking about the feminist movement. I'm talking about true independence. We'll talk about that and more when Out of Pocket returns.
From the heart of Marietta, Georgia, comes a tribute to the spirit of liberty. Liberty Cigars, where history meets craftsmanship. Each cigar tells a story. The Founders Collection honors the visionaries who shaped a nation. The President's House Collection celebrates the leaders who steered it. And the Naval Series salutes the heroes who defended it. Handcrafted with precision, each blend mirrors the essence of its namesake. From the boldness of George Washington to the elegance of Thomas Jefferson. Indulge in a moment of reflection. Light a Liberty cigar and savor the legacy. Discover your story at libertycigars.com, because every great nation deserves a great cigar. Liberty Cigars, smoke the history. And don't forget to use promo code OpenMic for 10% off your order.
They do. Welcome back to Out of Pocket Live with Allie and Michelle. Are you following us on every social media platform? We had somebody ask us when we were in DC, do you guys watch the comments? And we do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So
please comment.
And you can listen.
Read them loud.
I was going to say, you can
read them live. To the comment section. It's like the best section.
Absolutely. I'm just here for the comments.
I'm going to turn it. I might turn, if we get enough comments, I'm going to turn it into a song. And we'll play the song. It'll be great.
Will you do it live? That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Amazing. Allie, We are finding as we I'm just going to say trailblaze a little bit of what we're trying to do by not only being our own bosses, but trying to provide a platform that allows you guys to get truth and facts and knowledge in a really real situation where if we don't have the answers, we discuss it. We try to just lay everything out there on the line. But this video that I'm about to show you was something that I saw. I want to say I was like in college, so we're not going to say how long ago that was, but it's actress Goldie Hawn, and she's talking about, she gets asked something about like marriage. And of course she's talking about Kurt Russell. And she's talking about the opportunities that she has. And I think what she is saying wasn't picked up by my generation, but I'm hoping it's picked up by our daughter's generation about women's independence. Take a listen, then we'll talk about it.
Money is the biggest problem with all of this, because if every woman in this room was independent, if she was someone who had her own money, her own understanding of how to use it, and her own resources, marriage would take a very different view today. Because that is why we can all sit up here and say, well, I choose to be married. No, we get to choose to be married. It has to do with, it creates an entire freedom. You have a base. You've made yourself a root system. You've been able to stand on your own 2 feet. And you don't have to say, honey, I saw the cutest dress today. Oh, it was so cute. I loved it. Do you think I could get it? So when you don't have to put that on and you really can come out with all of who you are, with all of your likes and dislikes and all of your things that you approve of and you disapprove of, and you have the freedom to say it because you have the freedom to survive.
You know, this reminds me of, we've had several actresses that have come out and said things like this. Taraji P. Henson has mentioned this. We've had, oh my gosh, Angela Bassett has also said something very similar. And there's a couple of doctors that are on tonight's conversations that talk about this. They're like, why, if I can provide for myself, why, and set the standards that I have for myself, right, why would I allow someone who has lower standards than me control my life? Why would I let you into my sphere if you're not willing to at least meet me at the bar? Yeah. And then you're like, oh, but you're too much.
That's like what Lizzo was saying. We played that clip yesterday where she said, you're running after your race and what God's got for you, and they come alongside it.
Yeah.
It's not even like, but this is different. This is generational, because I know some of you are going to be watching out there. I've had this talk with women in my family. Like, this is a different way of thinking. And it's not that you don't want this lifestyle of stay-at-home mom kind of thing. I mean, I understand how wonderful and rich and what a blessing that is, but there's something to be said about having your own foundation in who you are in Christ, foundation in who you are as a woman, foundation of who you are financially, politically, economically. And then, because then that choice that you make for marriage is truly not a choice out of necessity. I mean, how many men out there, you want to be chosen because you're chosen, not because, and I hear this from men too, like,
I don't want you to need me. I need you to want me.
Yes. I've had guys tell me, man, I've had women that just literally need a place to live and found that out like months later. And I get it. Like, that's scary for men. They're like, what do you want from me? Like, what? So I think this benefits both sexes. And yes, there are just two sexes, male and female. So it does benefit them to know, but how do we
then you have the people that just keep going back to the things that they know they shouldn't, and then wonder why their life looks the way it does. I said it.
Choices.
But I do think that financial freedom is freedom.
Yeah.
Financial freedom is sovereignty. And we see that. And I think several women in my life, we've had this conversation about, is like, did marriages really last that long because it was love and they chose to love, or was it out of necessity? And when you choose out of necessity, things look very different than when you choose because you really want the person.
That is so true.
And I'm not saying that both can't be true.
Sure, absolutely. And there is such a thing as, really wanting to have the longevity of staying, staying and working through things.
But then are you married just for the sake of the title? To claim to everyone around you that, oh, look, we've been married for 50 years.
That's like the highlight reel on social media when you're like, oh, look at them. And then you're like, no.
Yeah, but like he beats his wife every Friday night when he drinks too much. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's, are we staying married for the sake of saying that we've been married? Or are we staying married for the sake of actually building something?
I mean, I think people stay married for a lot of reasons. I think it's the title. Sometimes I think it's safety, it's security,
the public applause.
It's for your kids. How many people stay for their children? They don't want to break up a family, and then, you've got our faith community, which they're like, well, now you're married, so this is the right one. But what if you weren't saved when you got married and that person, God never brought you to that person? Like, I don't have a clear answer for that yet, but I know because I heard it in my own life. God whispered into my ear, my daughter, this is not what I intended you to endure. And I think there's a point where it's like, you know what? My Father in heaven understands that there are certain things I'm not meant to have to endure and keep up with. And I think I wish I would have done reflectively, like with my daughter, with my son, even, I wish I would have done a better job of, especially my daughter, bringing that topic to discussion of, yes, it's wonderful to be a stay-at-home mom. Yes, it's a blessing to watch your children grow up, but please,
that is not your identity.
Have a foundation, because you need to always listen. Life ain't perfect, and neither are people. And you need to have a way to sustain yourself.
For sure.
Good topic. And that clip is at least, 20 years old.
I think her name is Eartha Kitt.
Ooh,
she even said something similar to this. It's a black and white video, and she's like cracking up hysterically because they asked her a question about, I think, can't remember what the question was, but it was something about would he let you? And she's like, ha, 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 let me,
try me,
let me do what? Like, my father would never.
That's right.
My daddy would never. And stop turning red flags pink. And I think it's important for us.
But the pink flags are so pretty.
Yeah. Until you're, never.
I know. I'm adjusting my vision.
And yes, it's nice to look for someone that's easy on the eyes, but also you need to look at character and what that looks like. You have to understand that. And quality. What does that look like? You have to, and I think it's important for us as moms to have those conversations with our girls and our sons. Like, what exactly are red flags? What does that look like in your relationship? I know I was having a conversation with my son, and he's like, him and his girlfriend are back together. They kind of took like a year off, and like they're back together. Nice. And I guess I failed as a mom. I didn't really want them dating. It just did whatever. Anyway, and he's like, well, we just figured we would work things out, instead of just letting our differences, pull us apart and not be together. He's like, not like we had the greatest examples. I was like, yeah, well, okay, great. Stab it, mom. Lovely. But at the same time, not everything can be resolved.
Allie, I'm going to tell you right now, my kids are a little older than yours. You're the safe person.
I know
that they come to jab. I still do it with my mom.
That's totally fine.
I still jab at her, and then I come back. I'm sorry, but it's like sometimes you're the safe person.
I get it, and I'd rather be the safe person, where they can come and unload that. And honestly, this is why I say I will sit at the bottom of the ocean with you with no judgment, because I've been there. Understand?
She truly does.
I really do.
She'll
ready for your scuba gear?
She'll slap me around a little bit, but she won't judge.
No,
but she'll make sure,
and we don't judge.
But she makes sure I don't go there.
We listen and we don't judge.
Mira, I love you so much.
But but seriously, I think it's important for us to have these conversations with our kids. And not every relationship that you're in is meant to be long lasting. They're meant to teach you something.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to be open to what that lesson looks like, and pray about it, and listen when he answers you.
Prayer and supplication. You know what supplication means? Supplication means do it again and again and again. Prayer and supplication, not just one time. Hey, speaking of prayer, Love me some worship music, but I didn't have this on my 2026 bingo card.
What?
Brandon Lake, right? Recording artist Brandon Lake. We love his Christian music. Does a collab with Nick Jonas?
Say what?
Take a look.
One and only Nick Jonas.
Nick, how did this song, how did this moment, how did this marriage happen?
How did this happen?
Meant to be. How did it meant to be? We had some mutual friends and people that we work with that teamed us up, and I got a text about a writing camp, songwriting camp, and they said, would you want to join? We were in the middle of our tour with brothers, and I had a 2 or 3 day stretch where I had the window to do it. So I showed up, and we got right into it, and I felt a real connection right away. I think we have a similar background. Yeah. Musically, I think there's a lot of things that overlap for us too, and this idea of this song stemmed out of just a title at first, and then he came in with the chorus and kind of set up the whole bigger idea. And it's just been incredible.
Yeah, we dropped it on secret, dropped it without announcing it yet until we perform it, Yeah. And then we're gonna let everybody know and start, blasting on socials and stuff, which I'd never done. So that was kind of really fun just to see who's found it, without us saying anything.
But I saw a clip of you guys talking about it today, so.
Yeah, you kind of leaked it though.
So we kind of had it sent to us, but I was hearing about signs showing up at one of your concerts.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, the other night at one of my shows, and it was like Nick, Brandon, collab.
Yeah.
Question mark, and I didn't want to get in trouble with leaking it too early, and so I just looked at the girl and I just went, ah! I just started laughing,
With this song, The Author, how important is this song to you? Like to have it with Nick, to have the song out there?
Well, actually, we were just talking about how I think people in our situations that have been given a platform, that people assume that we don't ask the same questions your everyday person were to ask, and we actually absolutely do. Maybe even more, because I'm getting up on that platform really dependent and scared, and I'm asking that question, well, who am I, But also on the other side, who am I to question the pen in the hand of the author? Like, if you've called us to do these certain things, why would we doubt that we're going to fail? Or even if we fail, don't we trust him enough where he can turn that into something beautiful? Who are we to question? Like, who are we to doubt that he's writing a better story than we could ever write for ourselves? And so there's good hands to place your life into.
Thank you guys for the quick chat. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
See you again.
You either believe him, in him, or you don't.
The Author is the name of the song. So part of the lyrics, guys, say, who says that even I have something still left to offer. So who am I to question the pen in the hands of the author?
That's a good one.
That is good.
That's going to be a good show. I mean, a good song. It'll definitely be a good show, I'm sure. But I mean, there's been other collabs. I think Chris Brown did a little bit of one with Brandon. It was a pretty good. Yeah. It was a pretty good song. And then you got Justin Timberlake, who's been on another worship song, I believe. So I mean, it's making its rounds.
It's making its rounds. That's right. Like, amazing.
But you know what? Sometimes I get like this feeling. Like I can't remember who came out recently with a Christian song. And while I am all for,
I know where you're going with this.
I am all for it. But I do also believe that it is now culturally advantageous for certain people to come out now with new singles that are Christian based.
Yes. So
go ahead.
No, continue.
And why is there a separate category? You have Christian music, and then you have gospel.
Is it
which
gospel
is it isn't gospel Christian music. Why are we segregating music?
So I wonder if it's similar to, like, I never understood R&B pop like different. I never understood that because they seem the same to me. You know what I mean? Like
one is a little more jazzy and bluesy, right, but it's still the same.
But there's a lot of Christian music that sounds gospel-y. So why are we not?
Then you have the more culturally relevant. So it's not traditional like organ music, right? Or piano. You have more like of the upbeat, up-tempo kind of music, but that's not included. You have Christian rap, you have Christian alternative, you have Christian pop, you have Christian rock, you have Christian but gospel. But they're all when you have Christian rock and Christian pop and Christian all that, it's not separate categories on the billboards. It's just under Christian.
Yeah.
Why is it a separate category on the billboards for gospel? if it's all the same?
That brings up a lot of things, because why is jazz separate than R&B? Because actually their roots come from the same, like you could hear. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And now when people collab and they're like rapping in R&B songs,
or rapping in country music,
now I don't get, see, we're just one big melting pot.
Yep, that's
even
it.
with our
That's
music.
what it is. I love it. I love it. I just, yeah.
That's a
and
good
then you
question.
got AI artists that are coming out here completely like pull pin, throw grenade. Like, it's crazy.
Literally paving their own lane.
Paving their own way. And like, they're going to eventually have to have their own, like, their own awards.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing.
To compete with everyone else. I mean, they are using a tool. I mean, nobody complained when the piano came on board. Well, nobody complained when it was the, what is that? And
listen, if you think there's a piano in every recording studio when an artist is in there, it's not. So it's
cue auto-tune.
Yes, thank you very much. Cue auto-tune. Allie, can we do a little funny video? I saw this and I had to share it.
Of course.
So we've got Mother's Day coming up this weekend. I am giving you a heads up. Gentlemen, you don't have any reason. Kids, you don't have any reason to not get mom something, because we are like,
plan ahead. Stop going out the night before or the day of in the morning talking about, oh, it's Mother's Day, I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy you flowers. You can DoorDash flower arrangements.
and we're single. So it's true though. We're helping you out. We're helping you out. It's not judgment. It's helping. It's helping. We're so helpful. But I came across a baby video.
I'm judging you. I'm kidding.
I came across a baby video. It's not just a cute baby Trump. It's a cute baby Melania, and he's like giving her a Mother's Day gift.
Okay, stop. You give away too much information.
It's so good though.
Play the
watch. Take a
Melania, happy Mother's Day. I got you something very special, handpicked. It's limited edition. Nobody's ever received a gift this thoughtful, and I'm very confident about that.
It's a mug, Donald. It says MAGA Mama with a bear wearing a pink hat.
Not just any mug. Flip it around. There's nutrition facts on the back. Patriotism 500%. Filter 0. That's you, Melania. I had it custom researched.
You got me a coffee mug for Mother's Day. Last year, you got me a hat. The year before, a flag. I'm starting to see a pattern.
It's called a collection, Melania. Most women would kill for this. I checked the reviews. 5 stars. It's a tremendous mug. The handle alone is worth more than whatever Barack got Michelle.
Well, he got her a vacation to Bali, actually.
Bali doesn't keep your coffee warm, Melania. This does. Every morning with patriotism. You're welcome.
The coffee does taste better.
She loves it. Happy Mother's Day from your favorite president. Link in the description. Very limited. Get one for your mom before they're gone, which they will be, because frankly, they're tremendous.
Tremendous. And no, we don't want cleaning supplies or kitchen cutlery.
pans. I don't want pots and pans.
Don't you dare buy your mother a freaking vacuum. She wants jewelry or a handbag or a trip.
I'm gonna tell you what she wants. She wants. Oh.
A reminder of why you made her a mother. I just.
Oh,
welcome to Out of Pocket, everyone.
It's unhireable. Thank you. No, I was gonna say she wants carbs, but no, that's what she wants, to be honest. Just
maybe not on Mother's Day. Maybe occasionally instead of
on Mother's Day.
Especially why on special occasions.
It doesn't even have to be you who made her a mother. It could just be like you're remarried and you don't, just
Mother's Day is very special.
It is special.
And children, please honor your mothers this Mother's Day. And if she likes cigars, maybe you should get her a cigar from libertycigars.com using promo code OpenMic.
Zach's like, well, this is going downhill fast, ladies. We want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's all for us here on this hump day.
A trip to Ulta? I don't know. Oh my God. Maybe buy her her first pair of Louboutins.
That part.
You had a year to plan, sir. They're $1,000. Every woman needs a pair of lovely
red bottoms.
Red bottom pumps.
Red bottoms. And maybe she'll show you the red bottoms. Hey, keep it out of pocket, guys. Yep. That's it. I'll be here tomorrow unless they turn the switch. Well, I don't know. Thank you for joining us, guys. See you tomorrow.
Two queens, no filter, say what they feel. Allie and Michelle keep it way too real.